Hey Soul Tribe, welcome back to Diana's Magical Mermaids Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a reading about your career, okay? We're going to get some information from your spirit guides on how your career is going, what's coming your way, and some advice also, okay? We'll see what comes through. And may all energies and messages revealed during this reading session be transmuted and elevated for the purposes of the highest good of the collective. Amen. Okay, so I see here that I don't know, I'm getting like your career is going pretty well. It's going okay. Your career is going okay. I do feel that you've had some accomplishments. You've had some successes for sure. But it's almost like these successes have become a kind of a prison or like a limitation on you. Like, for example, you may have, for instance, won some awards and gotten some promotions, and back in the day, and you got some level ups in your career, but you've been kind of stuck at that position for a while now, and you're not, maybe you kind of reached a glass ceiling. That's kind of coming to mind for some of you. Another message is coming through is that you may be feeling stuck in some type of way, maybe feel like you've been held back by certain forces that maybe are out of your control. But I am seeing that they are within your control. Okay, they are. It just seems like it's coming from the outside, and it is, but you have a more control in that situation than you may realize. But I feel like for some of you all, you may have already spotted this. That's what's going on. You've already spotted what I'm talking about, and you know what those obstacles are, and you are reaching out to take those chains or the tape, whatever it is, pushing that red tape out of the way, pulling those chains out of your way, and you're currently doing that now. And I feel that you're succeeding at removing these limitations from your career. So kudos to you on that. I feel like your eyes are very sharp. You figured out exactly what is going on. No one is pulling the wool over your eyes, and you are finding a way to overcome this glass ceiling or limitation that you've been experiencing. For some of you all, you may have been looking for a better job, or you may have had your eyes, you have some things in front of you, but you have your eyes set off in the distance, and you're wanting something more. You're wanting to pull in more success for yourself, and I feel like you're setting yourself up in a position to do so, and that you have accomplished some success already. You've reached a peak right now. You're at a peak. And I think you're still wanting more. You're still wanting more. You're at a peak, but you're like, I want ever onward, ever upward, and I don't blame you. I applaud you on this. In fact, don't give up. And you've been taking lots of little steps along the way. You are on track. Okay. And this path is going to bring you success and prosperity, which you may already be enjoying at this time. Okay. Let's take a look at what else is coming through. We have strategy and magic. Okay, so like I said, you are taking this step-by-step approach, and it's like you make a move and then you see what the market does, or you make a move and you see how your coworkers are behaving, or what's coming at you next in your business line of work or your line of business, and then you go back and say, okay, what's my next step based on what I now know each step of the way. Okay, you're being very careful, you're being very calculated. You may also right now, and this is good. This is all good news. Okay, that the way you're playing it right now is that you're being very strategic. There's a bit of a wait and see approach, but it's based on actions. You take actions, then you wait and see. Then you take actions, then you wait and see. It is exactly the right thing. It's the exact kind of magic that you need in your situation right now. You are on point with that. You have the power right now. And you're using your magic, okay, this form of magic that you're doing with strategic decisions and trying to reach that next level. You're using that right now to your advantage. And it is creating like a little hole, okay? I feel like, imagine the glass ceiling, right, we were talking about earlier. And your strategy is carving out a little hole in that glass ceiling right there, so you can get out. You can become unstuck, and get on out into the next level. Okay, the sky's the limit, and you are punching through. You're pushing through. You can see the fist in the air. You can see the hole being made through this wall of fire, okay? And that you made for yourself so you can get out. You don't want to be stuck anymore. And I don't blame you. You're doing the right thing. We have saving face. Yeah. I feel that you're not entirely satisfied, but you're not going to be letting people know just how sad or depressed or discontent you are. No. That is the right thing. Okay, and this could be at your job. You don't want to let your bosses and people know that you're sad, or you're feeling like put upon, or feeling like you're being held back, or I feel like you're saving face. You're putting on the right professional face and everything, and this is maintaining respect and helping you to keep your job. Okay, you're smiling when you need to smile. You're making nice because you have your eyes down the line. Okay, you're not trying to screw anything up on this level, okay? Because you're like, I've got my eye on the prize. It's down that way. I gotta be patient. I'm gonna be smiling and playing it nice until I get there. And so that is exactly the thing you should be doing. I'm also getting that this could be about just your internal attitude. You're not allowing yourself to sulk, complain, whine, be depressed. You're like, no. I'm gonna put on my can do it attitude every day. I'm gonna get up. And I'm going to go do this job, even though deep down inside, maybe you're like, I don't think I should be here. I should be over there. What's happening? Why have I been held back? What are these chains holding me back? Why can't I get to the thing I ultimately want? What's going on? You're not letting this dialogue rise to the surface and be the energy of the day. You're not. You're focused on the present. You're focused on the moment. You're focused on being professional. You're focused on taking the step-by-step approach that you need to make to get where you need to go, and you are being successful at it. Okay, your efforts are yielding a reward. You're getting results. You have successfully carved a hole. You're almost there. You're almost out of this sort of like pigeonholed, hemmed in area that you've been in your career. You are successfully making a hole for yourself to get out of. You're doing that right now, and I'm so proud of you. We have protection and locked. Yep. So, I feel like your eyes are open, man. No one is pulling the wool over your eyes. Remember I said that earlier? They're not pulling the wool over your eyes. You're not going to be thinking, oh, this is my fault. For instance, you're not thinking, this is my fault. I'm stuck because of I'm not good enough. Nope. You're not falling for that lie. You're not going with, like maybe there's a situation you're in and you're like, but someone's like, but this is a really good job you got though. You got a really good job. You're not falling for everyone saying, wow, but you got a good job. You know what you deserve. You're not going to allow yourself to stay stuck at a job or career or the level that is, I don't want to say beneath you, but it's not your full worth. It's not your full potential. You're not there yet. Okay? So you're protecting yourself from this deceit, either deceit of others or deceit from yourself, right? And it's not necessarily like a malicious deceit. It's just you're not falling for the way things look. Okay? Oh, you got a decent check, you got a decent pay, you got this, you got that. You're like, I'm not done. I'm not done. And I'm so proud of you for this, okay? You're no longer, you're learning to figure out how to get away from situations that no longer serve you. You're lying low for a while, and the truth will be shown to you, and you know it, okay? I'm also getting that I feel like you may be in a temporary position for some of y'all. You may be in a temporary position right now that either you may literally be in a temp position, like temp to perm or a contract position or something like that. Or you may consider the job you have as temporary, okay? Because you are, you're waiting for something to open up, okay? You're waiting for something to open up for you. There's an opportunity you're waiting to open up for you. And once it does, you feel like this new place is going to offer you job security. You have figured out how to unlock that key already. I'm telling you, you've made the hole, you've unlocked the lock, you're just waiting for the next piece of information before you make your move, okay? We have signs. Exactly, you're waiting for the right signs when it's time to move. And we got roll the dice. Yes, you are piecing together a puzzle right now. You are decoding your environment and the information that you've been receiving. And you're paying attention to the signs and synchronicities of your situation. which is allowing you to make your next move. You're reading the room, you're reading what's going on, and like, okay, I got it. Maybe you guys, we talked about a temp job. You're like, okay, the information I have from that is that this is not my permanent situation. I'm sorry, this is not my forever home, or this is not my forever position. I don't want to stay stuck here. And then you're looking at the room and you're reading more signs, and maybe another piece of information comes in saying, okay, I now know what I need to do. Maybe I need to be taking some evening classes, or I need to go talk to these people, or I need to go show up somewhere, or maybe go find new resources to plug into to get more information about how to advance my career, or whatever it is. Then I'm going to take that information and make my next move. So you're reading the room, figuring out what it is you need to do, and then doing it. Okay? So you have a beautiful winning, you have a winning strategy here. I feel like you've been putting yourself out there too. Okay? Or maybe you've been hiding your talents, hiding who you really are, the full strength of who you are. You've been holding back a little bit for some of y'all. Okay? But I think you're starting to realize it's time to take a risk and go ahead and put yourself out there. You know, throw yourself, maybe start looking for a new job. You know, start interviewing, getting, you know, making appointments with agencies, or, you know, apply for new jobs and saying, here are my qualifications. Here's what I do. Here's what I'm about. Let me show you my tricks. Let me show you my techniques. Let me show you what I can do. So you're putting yourself in this type of environment where you're doing magic. You're letting people know you're performing. Okay? And maybe you've decided it's time to start doing that. Start showing people how amazing you are and what it is that you can do. You're displaying your talents, or you're putting yourself in a position where you can shine. Okay, and maybe you're considering this. Give and take. Yeah. So you are open to receiving and giving at this time, and you understand that this is part of the flow of abundance. Okay, you are, you know, for instance, if you're going to work, you're not being, you're not being weird. You're showing up. You're giving your best. You're being professional. You're smiling. You know, you're you know, if you're being paid adequately, you're giving good performance. You're not shafting anyone. You're not scamming anyone. You know, you're trying to do what is right. But at the same time, you are learning to give certain positions or certain opportunities a chance. Okay, maybe you felt like certain opportunities you've been closed off to, and you're now being more open-minded about that. That's possible. Maybe you're realizing, maybe because this is part of what the blindness is, or part of what's been holding you back is you're saying, no, I don't want to do this, or no, I don't want to do that. Maybe it's time to say, yes, I do want to do this. Yes, I do want to do that. So you can get more experience, or get more experience, put yourself in situations that allow you to grow. Maybe the positions you've been choosing have been also, even though they've been rewarding, have also been ironically keeping you back. That's possible. But you are pursuing what you love at this time. You've decided to just go for what it is that you love. Period. Okay? And that's very, very, you know, important to you. And I feel like this is a good thing. This is a good thing. You know, following your heart is a good thing. Go with what makes you happy. If you see a position, for instance, in the market, in the job market that you're very interested in, you would love to do, apply. Don't say, don't hold yourself back. Throw yourself out there. Let them see what you can do. All right? Okay, so... Okay, let's take a look at what other energies are coming through. Okay. So for some of y'all, I feel that you are making enough money to buy the things you need right now. So that's good. Maybe even enough to go shopping sometimes and buy some wants, you know, not just needs. I feel like you are doing better than others at this time. There are people who don't even have a job right now. Okay. If you are unemployed, I see that you are able to take care of yourself somehow. Okay, you are able to still get the things you need, so that's good. I do feel though that, be mindful, be grateful. There are a lot of people who don't have jobs right now. And you may be working in this big building over here, but there are people who are literally just cannot find a job, or they're homeless. So be grateful for what you have. I feel like you are winning in that way right now. I feel like you may have a huge decision ahead of you at this time. Perhaps you're trying to decide, should I stay or should I go? Or you've applied to certain jobs that want you, and you're trying to decide which job you should go for, or how you should handle this new opportunity. So you're in a really powerful position at this time. Keep that in mind. Your background is squeaky clean, okay? And even if it's not, I do get that your background check is good enough for a lot of good jobs right now. You may also be undergoing a background check at this time, and it's going very well. Okay, you're being viewed favorably. Maybe you applied for another job, and they're doing running background checks on you, or looking into you, and you're meeting requirements. You're matching criteria. Things are going in a generally good direction for you at this time. They really are. So even if you feel like you've had some dry moments, or feel like things have not been great at times, understand that you're moving in the right direction, and you have what it takes to succeed. You have what it takes to meet certain criteria, and you may even be currently being processed for something right now that you're going to be getting. Okay, you're in the right direction. Okay, let me get some advice for you before we take a look at future trends. Be right back. Sorry, you're such a good sport. Okay, let's take a look. The first card we're getting is debt. Okay. I feel like some of you may have been living on credit a little bit, or something like this. Perhaps you want to pay off some debts. I'm also getting that you may want to work in the debt collection industry. Okay, maybe get a debt collecting job. They may be in need of people like you, or in that industry, not necessarily as a debt collector, but in that type of work, maybe those kinds of companies. You may consider going into retail as well, food, clothing. I know this is very specific, but just take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others, please. I'm getting that, most of this should be for you, whoever you are, viewer, but just like I said, just, fit it to your situation best you can, and use your intuition here. Your intuition matters greatly, just like it did with all my other readings. It matters here as well. I say you could be really good at selling, like selling things, buying things, and then selling them off. Maybe having an online shop. Maybe having some type of shop, set up a shop and sell some things. I'm also getting maybe you might have some items you might want to sell off at your home and you may become like some type of business person who sells certain types of items. You might do really well at that. I do see that if you've been having some type of idea that's been going on in your mind about, if you've been having like some, idea, okay, maybe in regards to some kind of online business or some action you want to take when it comes to your career, don't delay anymore. Go for it. Go for it. Okay? Make a move. Move quickly. All right? Don't slow down. We have, don't prognosticate, or what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? Don't dilly-dally, get to it. You might want to work as an investor or work in the investment industry. Finance. That might be something you should look into. Maybe become a day trader or stockbroker. That's kind of coming through. Take it as it resonates. Leave the rest for others. Yeah, I think you need to put yourself out there. Kind of got that also. Put yourself out there. Start talking to people, with the dice. Take a chance. Get out there, put yourself out in front of people. Yeah, because the jobs are there, but they're going fast. I do feel like they go fast. And so you need to always be sort of putting yourself out there. Don't slow down. Take action. Talk to them. So I do feel that you need to put yourself out there and get going, and don't dilly-dally when it comes to whatever it is you want in your career. If it's a client, go after them. Don't think about it too much. It doesn't hurt for you to just go out there and throw yourself out there and make a move. Okay? Very important, because at the worst, you get practice on how to deal with these situations, and at the best, you get an opportunity. I do see you need to move quickly, because it feels like there are situations going on out there for you, but they're also going very quickly, so you need to make yourself available. I am getting that if you're thinking of changing your career, you might consider like buying and selling, or investment, or something like that, like stock brokering, or buying and selling your services in some type of way, or buying and selling items that you own, or items that you are really good at procuring, and maybe you get them at a really good price, and then you can turn a profit. You have something that is in demand that you could make money from, for sure. You might become a debt counselor. You might want to look into that. Some of y'all help people get over their debt. You might want to work at a place where things are being bought and sold, for sure. I'd say grocery store, but I don't know. Maybe you want to work at a grocery store. I don't know. Maybe as a sales clerk or a manager. Or it could be a greater symbolic energy of your life, which is that get into the world of business. I do see that business would be good for a lot of you. Finances, stockbroking, getting out there in front of clients, maybe becoming a shopper for people. Go out and buy things, bring it to them. Talking to people about your services, what you have to offer, showing them, show and tell. Very important. Show people what it is that you do. Show people what it is that you have. Don't just talk about it. Show it to them. Maybe do presentations. Take action. Talk to people. Connect. Very interesting. Okay. Let's keep it moving here. What other advice is coming through, please? And then we're going to take a look after this. We're going to take a look at future trends. A lot of information here. We have that one as well. Okay. We have courage. Yeah, don't be afraid. Get out there. I do feel like some hesitancy or hesitation from some of the collective. Okay. There are opportunities out there for the taking, but you have to be bold. Go after them. Okay. So I feel like this pertains specifically opportunities that you're considering, or moves you want to make in your career that you've been considering, or whatever it is. Take action. I keep seeing that. Talk to them. Take action. Now again, the lion that goes for the kill, right? So there is a lot of encouragement here from your spirit guides to be brave and be bold. Okay, we have beginning. Yeah, there's something you need to begin right away. It might be to start a new job or take on a whole new career. Just baby steps, of course, like you've been doing. I do see that you've been taking some steps, but no, I see the spirit guides is saying be bold and just get in there and get her done. You may have creative ideas too that you're sort of harboring. You need to act on those creative ideas so they can get noticed. This will help you build a nest egg for your future. Getting investment ideas too. You might want to invest in something or someone. Power position, right? Go for leadership positions. Yeah, be brave and bold and view yourself as a leader. If you feel deep inside that you are born to lead, or that you have great leadership traits, then go for it. Show those leadership traits. Okay, step into your sense of sovereignty and guide others with compassion. Okay, I do feel that you may be getting a promotion. And so if you've been promoted recently, really step into it, okay? Really take that power position and, like I said, guide others with compassion, but also, take charge, okay? You have the power to manifest whatever it is that you want, okay? You might start writing your intentions down. Like, you could literally have a journal and start talking about what is going to be your plan, like a step-by-step plan that you're going to take to get your career from point C to point F, or point C to point D. What are those steps going to be? Write them down. I'm also getting and this will allow you to take the next step of taking that inspired action to make those things that you've written down work for you. I'm also getting not automatic writing. What is that technique? Yeah, it's called scripting. Yeah, start scripting what it is you would like to see in your life. Okay, you could write, for instance, 1 year from now, I will be making, I'll be doing this XYZ services for people and have a strong client base and be making this amount of money every month. Or 6 months from now, I will have my dream job doing ABC at a XYZ company or whatever. I don't know what it is. Everyone's career goals are going to be different, but you might start doing that, and that will put you in the right headspace, and you can get a taste and visualize while you're doing it. Okay. And what this does is it primes the pump and helps you get a taste of that future you're wanting. Okay. So it doesn't seem so far away, so out of reach. You can actually be there in some form, even if it's in the mental form, even if it's spiritually speaking, you're putting yourself there. That is a good beginning. You can start there, and that will help hasten the practical reality of it coming into your life even more. We have guidance. You may need guidance. You may need to go talk to someone and get guidance from someone maybe who's already in the position that you would like to be in, and talk to them and see how they got there and get their 2 cents and ask them questions about how they did it. You'd be amazed how I feel like there's a guardian angel out there who wants to help you. I think maybe we have this idea or conception that people who are successful, who are making it, don't have time for others, or who want to be like them, or maybe they view others as a competition, so they're definitely not going to be sharing. That's a misconception. I think there are a lot of people out there who are making it or doing something big, and if you ask them, they'll be like, I would love to help you out and tell you what I know. Maybe people don't ask. Maybe they've tried telling people, and people are like, oh, whatever, they don't listen to them or something. And I feel like there's someone out there that if you may have someone in mind that you look up to, go talk to them, and they will show you the way to go. Okay? This will help you discover that missing, maybe there's another piece of your destiny, and it'll help align you with your purpose in life. We got connections. Yes, exactly. There is a connection you need to build. There are connections you need to build. Okay? Go connect with people. Go talk with potential employers. Go talk with potential clients. Go talk with potential customers. Go talk to people who are potential mentors, right? Or just people in the industry who can inform you about what's going on. Talk to people, okay? Just get going. And it's not that serious, like, I need every piece of information from this person. It's, little bits add up over time. Just put yourself out there in that industry, in that crowd, okay? Of where it is. I keep getting the vibe of get a taste of what you want. Get out there and get a taste of what you want. Put yourself in that crowd. Put yourself in that space. Talk to people. Write it down. Visualize where you want to be in that space. Be courageous and begin this thing. Okay? I'm also saying just take charge. With a courage and power position. Take charge of this thing you're wanting. Don't sit around and wait for it. Okay? Don't procrastinate. Don't prognosticate. Don't get too caught up in strategizing so much that you don't do anything. Do something about it, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming for you in your future. Just like future glance, the future is subject to change, obviously. It's all up to us how hard we want to commit, how hard we want to work, us staying the course, and things may happen. I don't know, but I'm going to look into future trends. Be right back. Okay, so let's take a look at what is coming up for you guys. If you as you progress on your journey, let's see what's coming up ahead. Especially if you apply this advice and you persevere and do what you need to do. Okay, I'm going to go do a potty break. Be right back. Okay, so let's take a look at future trends, shall we? When it comes to your career, it's the collective reading. All right, let's begin. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so if you have been looking for a job or a new job, you will be getting one. You'll be finding one. I see that you'll be lending a helping hand to a certain project, and you will be getting recompensed and paid as a result of that. Give and receive energy. Also getting that if you've been looking for a loan or something, so maybe for your business or whatever, you're going to be getting that loan approved. I'm also getting like commission vibes or bonus or raise. I see that coming down the pipeline for some of y'all when it comes to your career. Lila, good. Lay down. Yeah, it's okay. Next, we're getting the Five of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like there's some sort of workplace conflict that's been going on. For some of you, maybe it could be internal. Maybe you've been conflicted about the kind of work you're doing, or conflicted about the people you're working for, or it could be that you've been dealing with poor leadership. And I see that in the future, you're going to be looking out more for yourself. Okay, you're no longer going to be letting yourself be pushed around or bullied around. Okay, so I do feel like an energy of self-interest coming into your situation. I feel like you're going to be looking out for yourself when it comes to a situation where you were maybe being bullied by people in leadership who don't look out for those beneath them enough. Okay, perhaps you're working for a boss, in the past, that is not considerate of your time, your energy, does not adequately reward you, or is just just a straight up asshole and very difficult to work with, like unreasonably so. And I see that this is the card of self-interest. Someone, you're going to be like, you know what, I'm about me. Okay, I'm not about these people and what they're doing. I'm not going to be their pawn anymore. I'm not going to just bow down to whatever they do that is wrong. Okay, so I see you taking your power back in maybe a situation you're currently dealing with right now, where it's like maybe they're not behaving correctly, or they're not being entirely ethical, or there's some kind of bullying, or like a power play where people in power are kind of pushing others around beneath them in ways that do not benefit them. Okay, they do not benefit those that are being pushed around. Okay, they're just using their power to manipulate and take advantage. And I see that you will be finally taking your power back and telling either these people in a position of leadership, or people that you're working with who have been bullying you, F yourselves. Okay, F yourselves. Either maybe because you'll be finding another job and be like, screw ya, goodbye, I'm leaving. I've found a better job and I don't got to deal with your ass anymore. Or it could be a situation where maybe this bullying will come to an end, or this sort of uneven power dynamic will come to a close, and you'll become fairly treated. Okay, in the future, we have the Queen of Swords. I do see you. I feel like you're going to be a lot more abrupt, a lot more straightforward. Not abrupt, but just straightforward. More of a straight shooter in your career in the future. I do see that you will be, like, for instance, if you're looking for a new job, or you want to talk to your boss about something, you're just going to tell them straight up, this is completely unacceptable, and I feel that this is unethical, and I feel that this is inhumane, or I feel that this could be done better. You're not going to, or I feel we could be saving money doing it this way, or wasting money. We're wasting money doing it like this, or or whatever. You're going to be more direct and to the point. You're done with, sugarcoating things. I see that coming up in your future. You're going to be saying it exactly like it is. And because you're going to be speaking from a place of experience and intelligence. Okay? And I feel like that's going to be really good for you. Okay? Because I think it's going to find you an ally, or find you a situation that works really well for you, because you spoke your truth. In the future, you'll be speaking your truth about who it is you are, what it is you want, what doesn't make sense, what does make sense, and you are, as a result, are going to find a good match for yourself in your career. Okay, you're going to find a good work balance. You're going to find a beneficial connections that are like, okay, we hear you, that makes sense. Actually, thanks for speaking your truth. We're going to honor it, right? Of course, there's going to be people that hear you and they're going to be like, damn, what a bitch, or something, or, well, that's bold, and maybe they'll have a hard time swallowing the truth coming from you, but that will only serve to eliminate those who are not worthy of you, who you should not be working with, and help to highlight and bring to the fore those who are the best for you to work with, which I see you will be finding. You'll be finding a good match for yourself in your career, maybe a business partner, maybe a good employer, or good opportunity that fits you because you spoke your truth. Okay, we have the Star. I see things like getting better for you in the future, for sure. Oh my gosh, look! It says here, right direction, right? On the right track. Look at that. So you're going to be on the right track in the future, my beautiful viewer. Things are going to be healing for you. You're going to get the best possible outcome out of a particular situation in your career in the future. You're going to find your wish is going to be fulfilled in some type of way or in some manner. Okay, and I do see that coming down the pipeline for you. And we got the Ace of Swords, of course. You'll be using your mind to get to what it is that you actually want. You'll be using your intelligence to solve certain, maybe a recurring problem in your career, or maybe like we talked about that glass ceiling situation, you'll finally be able to break through and cut through. It says here to the point, so I see they would land it on top of the Queen of Swords, where she's straight, where she's a straight shooter, right? And she says it like it is. Again, we're getting that energy to the point. I see that you're going to be about, like, I'm not going to, like, for instance, if you have if you find a new job and you get an offer, I can see you being like, I'm sorry, but I can't, I know you want me, but we're going to have to work out something different for these travel arrangements. I have a sick mom, or I have a situation at home that I have to take care of, and that just does not work for me. Or maybe my religious practices, I need to observe them or something, and this does not work for me. I cannot be gone every single Friday of the month for this so-and-so activity that you mentioned. I can do 2 Fridays out of the month if that works for you guys. You're just going to be, you're not going to be bending over backwards anymore, okay? You're done with that. You're going to be looking for what works right for you, period. And you're going to be speaking up so that people can be like, okay, I hear you. We value you. And so this is coming from a place of self-esteem, you speaking up like this. So that's kudos to you on that. They'll be like, we hear you. Hey, we'll work with that. Let's shake on it. And boom, you got a deal based on who you actually are. Not this person who's trying to people please, allowing themselves to be bullied, bending over backwards, accepting super low pay that's not enough to pay your bills, or all that is gone. And I see that it's your truth speaking and realizing I got to be honest with these people. I got to bring my best. And your intelligence is going to be shining too. As far as what you bring to the table, your potential employers or your current employer or your current boss or your future clients, maybe clients you work with, you're going to be telling them, I don't do this and I don't do that because I don't think it's good for you. Okay, so I cannot offer these particular services, but I can do this. Does that work for you? And they're going to be like, sure, yeah, that works. You see? So you're going to be, you're cutting to the chase. You're going to be putting what your terms are right up in front. And it's going to help you filter through for exactly the right kind of client or work situation or environments that you're looking for. They'll be very supportive of you, supportive of who you are and what it is that you bring to the table. And I see you're going to be shining. You're going to be shining in your career. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing the cards for you as far as your career, my beautiful viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in, trusting your intuition, and showing up today to watch this reading. Let me know which one of these cards stood out to you, and which part of this reading stood out to you as being eerily correct, okay? Like super on point. Let me know which part of the reading was, and let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. I read all comments. Take very good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye!